Did you know that one of the best ways to market yourself is by providing value? Yes, value based marketing is an incredible way to build know, like, and trust with your ideal clients. Hi, my name is Victoria Odekomaya, and I'm a brand photographer and strategist, and you are watching the Own Your Brand show. Today, my guest is Michelle Bailey. She is the well-being queen. She is a functional medicine practitioner, and today she shares with us how by providing value to our ideal clients, she's able to reach them and attract them. So, without much ado, stay tuned. My goodness, I am super excited to have this conversation with my friend today, Michelle Bailey. How are you doing?
Hi, I am doing well today, and how about you?
I'm doing really, really well. So I'm telling you, I just love the fact that you're termed the wellness queen. I mean, that is dope right there. I think that's like a boss lady move. So tell us what does it mean to be the wellness queen, or just take us back from where you got started, how you even came up with
Yes.
that name and your business. Just dive into it and give us the details.
Sure. So I am Michelle Bailey, and I came up with that coin word well-being queen from being in wellness for over 20 plus years.
Yeah.
I have been an athlete, a bodybuilding athlete, since 2002. And I have traveled the world competing both home in the Caribbean, Trinidad, and here in the US. And as I grew up, I always wanted to look at myself I told myself every 10 years, I should be looking better than I used to be the 10 years before.
Uh-huh. So true.
Yes. Right. So I started working out when I was 11. I started weight training when I was 16, and I
Wow.
never stopped. And fitness and nutrition has become part of my lifestyle.
Wow.
So I always liked learning about the body. I am actually a business major, but I got into the field of fitness and as a personal trainer first when I was going to school doing a master's in sports management. My
Wow.
supervisor then, she told me, Michelle, you've been lifting, you teach people so well. Why don't you do the ACSM program, which is one of the top certifications as a personal trainer? And I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
okay, I guess I'll try it. And I
Mhm.
passed the exam. And listen here, that exam was pretty hard. I am not going to plan to do that exam again. So I make sure I do my recertifications every 3 years.
Right. I totally
So
understand those exams like that where you're like, okay, you have to keep the certification going so you're not starting over.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That
So
is
I've been training clients from since then. That was since 2007. And
uh,
I've been training clients in San Francisco. I came across in Indy. When I came here in Indy, that was the only type of job I could get when I came
wow.
here in 2013. So I decided, okay, well, that's going to be my career. So I've been training here in Indy since 2013. I'm still doing it. So that's 10 years here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm on the
Mhm.
west side now. I started off on the east side. Now I'm on the west side of Indy. And it just dawned on me, I want to have my own business one day.
Mm,
It actually didn't just dawn on me. I always wanted to have my own business, but then I connected the dots. I was like, wait a minute, I could do this for a living. I can be
mm,
a personal trainer. I can help people in different ways to get them healthy by having my own business.
right.
So while I'm here in Indy, I was always known to be working more than one job.
Mm.
So I became a chiropractic assistant as well in 2015. And that has been a really great experience for me. And it was something that kind of gelled learning my personal training program, as well as working with clients and rehabbing people from any age group.
Mm.
So I always have the knack to combine training and teaching people how to correctly have their posture so that they can be able to lift properly or walk properly or avoid back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. And I'm still a chiropractic assistant to this day.
Wow.
So in addition to that, I've always liked, as a competitor, we diet a lot.
Mm.
We have to get ready for a competition. So I was always interested in nutrition and
Mm.
understanding how foods work for the body.
Mm.
We need to eat food as fuel, not just thinking it's something good to eat. Yes, you want it to taste good. Don't get me
Yes.
wrong, you want it to taste good, but you want it to be very nutritious to you.
Mm.
So for me, I wanted to dive into nutrition a little bit more than what I've learned in my certification. So, in last year, I got completed with my functional nutrition program. So,
Mm.
that's where the name comes in because when you look at functional nutrition, you look at the whole you,
Yes.
and you must involve movement.
Mm.
So that's personal training, that's physical fitness. In
Wow.
addition, you must involve your mindset
Mm.
because if you're stressing out and you can't change that concept of anxiety and depression, then you're going to have a problem with all the other things that you're trying to do to attain whatever goal you're looking for.
I love that.
So, I coined well being queen because I want to make sure you understand it's not just about physical fitness, it's not just about nutrition, but it's also mindset and the combination of all three to get you living a healthy lifestyle.
Wow.
So
That
that
is,
is kind of like how I got into it.
I love it. I love it because you're very intentional. And everything that you're doing is working together. Like in this day and age, you can't do one and not the other. You can't
Yes,
focus on your well-being in terms of fitness and not think about your food. And then when you add the food, you got to think about your mindset too. It's like you have to be well-rounded,
correct.
whole body. That is incredible. I completely agree. Yes, you're the wellness well-being queen. Yes, that
So
is
my
incredible.
tagline is the whole you can become the well you because
Yes.
we're trying to look at the whole you. What's going on with you now? What was your past history? How that
Mhm.
affects you, and what's going on with you in the current state as you're in? How
Right.
can we help you get better, feel better, look better, and live a healthy lifestyle? So
I
that is
love.
pretty much what functional well-being is all about.
Wow. The other thing as you're talking that came to mind was, you know, as we grow older, our bodies change. And so
Correct.
the need of our body is different at every stage of life. And we have to keep up with the right nutrition, the right exercise, the right everything so that we can continue to maintain that wellness in our body. We can't keep doing the same thing that we did, 10, 20 years ago. Like I feel genuinely feel different in my body, and
Yes.
I'm paying more attention to what I'm feeling in my body right now because I'm like, okay, my body's telling me something. And this is really honestly the first time I'm paying more attention to it. Because I just was like, you wake up, you go, and you're like, oh, okay. And then one day you wake up and you're like, this odds, like I can't, and
Yeah.
so, I'm being forced to think more about what I eat, how what I put on my body, things like that. So, I mean, I think that what you're doing is really incredible. I do want to
Thank you.
go back because a lot of people might wonder where is the accent coming from. I mean, I have an accent, and I think that's something that we really do connected on when we first spoke. So tell us, where's the accent coming from?
From the Twin Islands of Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right. I love it. I love it. I mean,
Yes.
it's I love your accent. I love hearing
Thank
accent. I
you.
obviously have accent
I
too,
love
but
your accent too.
thank you. Thank you. I
Yes.
think that one of your and now get into this a little bit more about your success story, coming from, the diaspora and coming to the diaspora and moving to a different country. There's a lot of challenges that come with that, in reestablishing or even establishing to start off with. But tell us some of the things that your clients struggle with. How do you help your clients? Because we all know that we should be exercising, we should be eating the right food, but like, what does that really mean when you break it down for, the regular people like me and other people out there?
Right. So when I meet my clients, normally I ask them to be themselves. I tell them, I want you to show me or teach me who you are.
Mm,
And that can be in physical fitness, when we talking with each other, while we doing a workout, whatever we eating. I need to know who you are. I need to know all about you. So
mm,
I like to know your history. And sometimes people think I ask too much questions, but I'm like, you know what? This is going to help me understand who you are and to
mm.
help me help you.
Yes.
So I take a holistic approach, and I look at, sometimes a lot of people think it's a lot of information, but I like to dive in and figure out who you are from your genetics, your medical history. So if you of yourself never had any medical issue, how about your mom? How about
Mm,
your dad? Right?
mhm,
Have you ever had any injuries before in your life? Even when if you was 5 and you got a cut on your knee, I want to know. Because I
wow.
want to know, okay, so why did you fall? Oh, I used to fall down too all the time. Then something had to be wrong there. Have you ever
Mm,
broken anything? If you broke a limb, most of the times when you want to do correct form to do an exercise, you
mhm,
may have some difficulty to do that exercise.
mm,
So I need to know, did you break your ankle before? Have you ever sprained your ankle? What are some of the things that you have gone through your life
mm.
that would affect whatever we try to attain?
Wow.
Whatever goal you're trying to attain. So medical issues. So for instance, somebody might tell me that they never had any diabetic history or any hypertension, but yeah, my mom is diabetic or my dad is diabetic. If
Mhm,
that is so, there is that potential for something negative to happen along the way.
mm,
So we have to look at what foods you're eating, figure out, all right, how am I going to help you? So, information, I ask a lot of questions because I want to know how I can help you and try to map out how I can help you. So, it's not just giving you a protocol, okay, you just do this, this, and this, and everybody else do the same. I want to be able to help you as an individual, exactly
right.
whatever is going on with you. And guess what? As you said, we are different life cycles of our life. And ladies,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we have more problems than the men. Men, oh,
Mm,
they just show up. We tend to have more problems all through our life cycle. And
right.
when we get into these perimenopause stage of our lives, we may
Mm,
see things happening that we've never seen happen before in our lives, and we want to know
right.
what's wrong. Why can I not eat bread now and not feel like I had pregnant, 5 months pregnant,
Oh, yes.
right? Or
Tell me about it. Yes.
right? So sometimes we
Wow.
have to take a step back and learn about ourselves, because while I'm learning about you, you're also learning about yourself. And you're learning, oh yeah, I
Right.
really had this problem. I always had migraines. I didn't really think of it, but yeah, at this time of the year, I do get migraines. That's probably
Mm,
because you have allergies. and you're allergic to
mm,
something in your house, outside. For me, allergies is outside. And you have to
right,
figure out, okay, what in the environment might be interfering with you. But then, if it
right.
is, somebody will say, but what that has to do with exercise or getting to my goal of losing 5 pounds? It's a lot, because if you're allergic to things and you have an allergic reaction, you have inflammation. That inflammation is not just only in the nose, the inflammation is everywhere. So you
Wow.
can interfere, it can create 5 pounds of liquid in your body that you didn't want.
Hmm,
And then you're frustrated, oh, I can't lose weight. Or, for example, ladies, we have menstrual cycle. You know what happens then.
mm,
Other than the
mhm,
cravings, we have the problem of us putting on weight.
mm.
And it's not
Yeah,
so much that we
bloating.
put on weight per se, it's water weight, it's not fat. So we have to
Mhm,
understand everything is holistic, everything has a
right.
part to play. And you, as an individual, your lifestyle has a part to play as well. Because if you
Mm,
are somebody who sedentary, just working at a desk every day, and you're not getting at least 3 days a week of physical activity, you may have a problem down the road,
mm,
right? And then some people be like, I never had issues with weight before, or they fat like a stick. And they think, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. And then all of a sudden, when they reach 40, they have a pouch, or suffering from migraine, or pain in
mm,
their joints. They don't know where that come from. We have to
mm.
learn what went on before, get a timeline
Right.
going, see where you had certain instances. So, for example, trauma can have a big
Mm,
impact on what's going on with you now.
mm.
But not everybody
Wow.
thinks about that. So, for me, I like to combine everything to figure out, okay, this is how I'm going to work you out. This is how I want you to think. This is what I would
Mhm,
suggest for you to eat. Look at these different foods, read your labels. So it's a holistic type of way of
approach.
training yourself to have a long term healthier lifestyle.
I love that. And as you were speaking, it just reminds me of it got me thinking about the medical system here in the United States. And I mean, it's great. It's a great system, obviously a lot of medical advancements, but the emphasis is on treating people when they're already sick.
Yes.
And it sounds like a lot of the things that you're talking about is really more making sure that you don't get sick. You're being whole and well, and making sure, like, even for me, for instance, when my diet is very different from a typical American, because I eat a lot of Nigerian dishes and a lot of carbs and things like that. So when I want to get on a diet, it's very hard for me because I'm like, well, they're counting calories, but I cannot count the calories in my eba and my fufu or
Yeah.
something like that. That's a completely different
Yep.
type of. And so I'm very fascinated about what you're talking about, because at the end of the day, right, we don't want to be treating diseases or illnesses after the fact. I feel like at that point it's already too late. You kind of want to, deal with situations or prevent them even before they become an issue.
Yes. So it's all about filling in the gap between
Mm,
healthy, staying healthy, and getting symptoms that you have to go to get treatment for. You want to
mm,
make sure that your body is not deficient in anything.
mm,
And if it is, how can we prevent it from becoming a disease state?
mm,
So, somebody can be considered pre diabetic,
mhm,
and they'll be like, oh, the doctor said I'm pre diabetic, so they give me medication. But you're not diabetic. You don't need
mm,
medication. All you need to do is
mm,
change something. And it's a few things
right,
you can change: physical activity,
mhm,
nutrition. Those two things
right,
play a big role in changing someone's full body systems to work better.
mhm.
So sometimes we're thinking we have to go all the way up and have to do a surgery or something or get medication, whereas we could just start from the bottom. The first tear of, okay, what am I eating? What do I need to change? How do I need to balance off my nutrients? How much macros I'm supposed to be eating? Micronutrients I'm supposed to be getting? But I want to still eat my plantains. And I still want to eat
Yeah.
my cassava. But I need to
Right.
know how much I need to eat, how much I'm
Mm-hmm.
allowed to eat to help my system reset and get to the point where I'm not pre-diabetic anymore. And how can I
Right.
maintain that? So I'm not saying
Mm.
you can't eat it, but we have to figure out how much you can eat. And
Right.
you may not be able to have it in your diet at this point in time because we're trying to get you back to efficiency. So it's not saying
Right.
that, oh, I am on a diet. Guess what? I said this just the other day. Diet just means what you eat. So yes, we are
Mm.
all on a diet. We all eating something,
I love that. I really like that. Yes,
right?
we are all on a diet.
Right. So
Yes.
it's just making sure that you want to keep your body efficient enough, working all your body systems, your liver, your kidney, your heart, your lungs. You want everything to be working properly. But if it is we
Mm-hmm.
have a problem, how do we fill this gap between here to get it back to normal? So it's a
Mm.
balancing game.
Right.
So
That's
it's just
amazing.
it's not eating. You have to eat actually.
Oh, yeah. God knows I have to eat. I feel like it's hard not to, all the amazing things that I love to eat are probably not good for us. So, my, what are some of the problems that a lot of your clients come to you for? Like, what kind of, if you can, I mean, I know there's some confidentiality with your work probably, but like, what are the most common issues and how do you help your clients walk through that issue?
All right. So I work mainly with middle-aged women that try to
Mm,
regain their functional youth, want to stay looking young and healthy, right? So
mhm,
most of the times, things you might hear is, I don't feel comfortable in my clothes. I don't like what I see in the mirror. I feel
mm,
bloated all the time. I don't want to eat the foods that are out there. I don't want to buy a dress size up. I don't like
mm,
having migraine. Um, my
yeah,
joints hurt all the time, or I'm just
mm,
lazy. That's a complaint too. Some people,
mhm.
they admit it, they're lazy. So, right, right. I'm
That's
just saying, this is
courageous.
what people do,
Yes,
right? And then they'll be like,
yes.
I need somebody to help me, give me a push, help me move forward,
Mm,
figure out what to do with myself. And then I might have some people saying, I know about the nutrition, I know what to do, I know I work out all the time, but something is not working the right way. So I've been doing, or they've
mhm,
been doing the workouts they've been doing when they were younger, running the
mhm.
5Ks, running the half marathons, the marathons. Yes, guess what? Your body gets accustomed to all these things. Our
Right.
body is so great at adapting to things. God made
Mm,
us so unique. It's crazy
mm.
because, so for instance, if part of my liver is not working, guess what? If 10% not working, the other 90% will take up the slack,
Wow. Mhm.
right? So it's
Yes.
normally things like that. People will be like, I just want to push, or I don't know what to do. I've heard of all these things. I've heard I should be doing low steady cardio versus, oh, what should I not be doing? High intensity workouts alone. What should I be doing? Or I need to eat. Should
I've
I be
heard of
eating
that.
only 3 meals, or should I only be eating no carb meals? It's different. There are many different things
Right.
people might come to me for. Some people might just say,
Mm,
Michelle, I have high blood pressure, I need to get rid of it. How should I get rid of
mm,
this high blood pressure? I have clients,
mm,
and then sometimes this might be an issue with a client where it's a lifelong issue that has been happening. So, for example, digestive tract issues,
mm.
IBS, so bowel syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, getting UTIs often. So people, they want help because they want to change what's going on with them.
Right.
Nothing is a quick fix because guess what? If you've had irritable bowel syndrome for years, in 1 month, it is not going to completely go away. You may get
Mm.
some relief, but we have to make sure that whatever we do it, what is the, we have to track it and see, okay, what has been working for you? What hasn't been
Right.
working for you? What's creating flare ups? What time of the year you might have flare ups? Because some people might have
Mm.
more flare ups during Thanksgiving and Christmas time. Why? Because they're eating more meats. More meats cause
Mm.
more acidity in your system. More acidity in your system, you have acid reflux. And then you're bloated, you constipated. All these different things can be happening at the same time. But
Wow.
again, it's a cycle, and it's a process. So you could
Mm.
have varying issues happening with you, and I'm here to help you and guide you through it. Because at the end of the day, you have to make the choice to change
Right.
and create new habits to get what you're looking for, which is sometimes just not being bloated, not having
Mm.
migraines, being able to sleep. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's
Yeah.
varying things. There can be so many different things happening. And then sometimes somebody will just come and say, I just want to lose 10 pounds. But then I have to dig to find out, why does this person not losing weight? What's happening?
It's more than that. Yes. There's a reason behind that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So
Wow.
and everybody's an individual. Everybody
Mm.
body is individualistic. It's called
Right.
bio individuality, whereby
Mm.
what may be happening with me. So, for instance, I have endometriosis. I know
Mm.
other people who have had endometriosis, and they were bedridden. I, on the other hand, not me. I'm not doing that. I use being an athlete to fight against it. Being an athlete made I had to move and I had to have specific diets. That helped me
Right.
reset my body to even have a child because I was told that I couldn't have children. And I had a miracle baby when
Right.
I came to the US. So,
Wow.
again, it was my diet as well as
Mm.
physical activities that I've been doing.
Love
But
that.
not everybody is the same way. Somebody else might say,
Right.
well, that didn't happen to me. I've been an athlete, I've been dieted, but it's not working. It might be something else because they may have endometriosis in different parts of their body, which may cause, for instance, some people have respiratory problems. Some
Mm.
people may have they might have endometriosis attached to their bladder, so they have bladder problems, so they have a UTI, so they may have kidney problems. So again, it's finding out what's going on in there, and in the
Mhm.
same breath try to figure out coping skills to help the person through the journey so that they could feel better, look better, have less stress, and be able to go through life with the ups and downs, yes, but in the best and healthiest way possible.
Right. I really love that because I can hear your passion in what you're saying and how you're talking, and I can see why you started your business. One of the things as you're talking that um that came to mind is that you know who your target audience are, and you also know the problems that they face
Yeah, because I'm
so
one of them.
well. Yeah, I mean, and I love that because I think so. From the going to the business side of things, now I feel like that is so critical that we know who our target audience are and know what the problems that is solved are. And at that point, when we do that so well, it's easy to help people. It's easy to market. It's easy to grow our brands. So tell me, what are some of the things that you did or you're doing even right now as you've started this as a business? Because obviously it started somewhere, right? And you've done a lot of research, you've gotten a lot of education to build yourself up, and you have this great offer for people. Like, how are you marketing yourself to where you're attracting those right clients?
Right. So the one thing I mainly do as in looking at my niche market, I look at the problems I've faced And I've
mm,
realized my problems is not alone. Other people had it.
mhm,
And for me to be able to market to people, I want them to understand that there are ways to help yourself. So I would look at
mm,
just as how I would look at myself and decide, okay, I need to figure out what I should be eating, especially around my
mm,
menstrual time. I want to be able
mhm,
to understand how foods affect me. I need to understand what physical activity affects me, what I should be
mm,
doing and what I shouldn't be doing. So when it comes to marketing to my audience, I tend to use myself and my clients that I have to help them understand that it's a journey. It's not a one stop fit
mhm.
all. And you have to
Right.
be able to understand that this is something you are taking a one step forward and it's steps to go beyond. So marketing to my niche market is all about sharing, for example, foods that you should be eating, sharing
Mm,
exercises that they may be able to do, mindset. So on my web page, what I do is I have like inspirational quotes. I also what I listen to. So I listen to Ayana Van Sant and her
uh-huh.
meditations as well as some of her motivational talks. I would put that on there. I would actually use that information to help me go through the day,
Mm,
learn about self value, learn about things to encourage my mindset to be a positive one to be able to help others. So, my marketing tools is pretty much using the things that I can use and which the person who's looking on can use to help themselves. That's what I
mm.
do. So I hit my
Wow,
niche
that's it.
market. Ladies, come on. If we have to do this, we can't sit on our butts. We gotta go. So I will be sharing things like foods, what you should be eating, learning how to do certain movements, you know, things that they will help them. But I'm not alone in this
Mhm.
part because as I said, I'm doing well-being. And for you to be able
Right.
to look into well-being is not just only health, but you want to change finances, which is like security.
Mhm.
You want to look at your
Yes.
community you're with. You want to consider your relationships. You want to also look at finding, but we coin it now as finding your purpose or
Mhm.
cultivating your purpose. So
Mm,
these areas help you to understand who you are. And for me to be able to share all of that with people, because I'm not trying to be the bright star, I don't know
right.
everything. I actually get information from others through my podcasts. I have a podcast,
Mhm.
Functional
I know.
Well-Being. Yes, New Beginnings podcast. And
Yeah.
it's all about people sharing their story to help others, share their
Mm,
talents to help others. So when people learn about these different facets of well-being, then the whole
mm.
you can become the well-being.
Wow. I love everything that you said. And what I'm getting from there is like your one of your main ways of marketing is by educating people,
Yes.
and providing value. And so like your podcast too, a lot of people don't know that that is also a marketing piece, because as people begin to grow that know, like, and trust by learning from you, and being hearing from you those tips and things, tools that you share in your podcast,
Yes.
they are growing in front of you. They're they're growing that know, like, and trust.
Yes.
And they can trust you to say, you know what, if I have this problem, I know who to go to. Or when they hear somebody having the same issues, that you address, they're like, oh, I know the right person for you, because they
Right.
they know you, they trust you, they believe you, they know you can help them. That's amazing. I love that mindset, because not a lot of people know or think that way, that by giving value, by providing value to the people, that's actually a marketing strategy.
Yes, yes. I learned that from doing a digital marketing program online. And it was said you have to give value. You have to share
Mhm.
your best, what you want people to learn. Because how then would they come to you? You must teach people or learn people or share the things, your talent, with everybody else so that you can earn their trust to be able to
Right.
come on board and work with you or even share with a friend that needs help. But you have no choice but to share your best every time
Yes.
you come out
Yes.
there, so that's something I for me, this is something God has asked me to do, so I am doing
Mhm.
it. He has given me these talents,
Yes.
these gifts. So for me to be able to share it with others is actually what he has asked me to do. So that's my
Yes.
plan all the time. And sometimes people will be like, okay, why give away everything? It's not giving away. You're adding value to somebody else's life
Right.
so that
I
they
strongly
too,
believe.
yes, that so that they too can add value to somebody else. And then
Oh my
it
God.
goes
Yes,
forward.
that's exactly. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No, you good.
I believe that wholeheartedly. I find that that is being a good steward of your talents and your gifts
Yes.
by sharing it with the world. Because if we don't, then the next person is not able to share their talent with the world because they need what you have in order to spark or inspire or to
Yes.
motivate what they have to share with everybody else. So
Yes.
that is incredible. Wow.
Yes. So,
So I know you have a podcast. Tell us tell us a little bit about your podcast, where we can find your podcast, where we can find your websites, your links. How can people get in touch with you?
so it's my functional well-being, or you will see FXWB New Beginnings podcast by Michelle. You can find this podcast on YouTube because it's on my a YouTube channel, as well as on
Right.
Spotify and other
Right.
podcast hosting
Platforms.
platforms. Yes. And
Yes.
as I said before, New Beginnings podcast, it actually start off by God telling me you need to do this. I am not the person. Actually, I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert. But
Yeah.
I like to help people. I actually like doing things behind the scenes. But for some reason,
Mhm.
God always has me in front. So I'll
In
take it.
front. Yes,
And starting the
absolutely.
podcast was one of those things. I was like, oh my God. Okay. But the podcast is, it really is to help others. I don't know everything.
Mm,
So for me to be able to find and source people to help others with mental health issues, help others to learn how to what's the best life insurance that they need to get, help others understand how to budget their monies,
yes,
help others to
yes.
in marriage counseling, relationship counseling, help others even with
Mhm.
my chiropractor. We share sit safe exercises together,
Wow.
demonstrate them so everybody could know. I see it fit that when we want to share our gifts with others, then everybody
Right.
else is going to learn. They don't have to be an expert, but then they will learn. Oh, I know what I can do while I'm sitting here at the computer. I can roll my shoulders back and down. I can stretch my neck. I can put my,
Mhm. Yes,
and you can figure out how to help yourself in the interim, and help
that's
yourself.
amazing.
Okay, yes, I can. This person talking from India, but where can I go? Or this person talking from California, but where can I go to get help? Being able to direct people that way is something that I love, and
Mhm.
I see the podcast as an opportunity for persons to understand that there is information out there. You could Google it, but there are
Right.
people out there that are qualified that can help you get the best you're looking for, or
Mm.
the most out of your investment. And your investment could be money, your investment could be time, your investment could
Time.
be your life.
Yes. Yes, that is so incredible. I'm going to leave all the links to everything, how to contact you in the links below. Um, but I really appreciate this conversation because I think that it's really helped me and I'm sure a lot of the viewers to see that we need a whole body wellness. It's more than just, doing one thing like eating right. We're all dieting. So
Yes.
the whole notion of going on a diet is like we're already dieting.
Right.
I really love that. So do you have any last takeaways that you want to share with our audience?
Okay, so ladies, I know we have some guys out there too, but ladies, if you want to feel better, look better in your clothes, not have to buy a dress size up, not feel bloated all the time, you need to reconsider what's going on in there. And if you need help,
Mm,
find the help. There are people out there, I can help you. And if you don't want to help, my help, that's fine. But find some help so that you could feel and look better as you grow older.
right,
We need to help each other. That's what is a
right.
community is about. And
Yes.
ladies, I don't care where you are. If you're in Turkey, whether you're in the US, whether you're in the Caribbean, you're in Africa, wherever you are, we need to help each other and learn from each other so that we can
Yeah.
enhance our well-being through many forms, whether it's health, nutrition, security, well-being, community, relationships, God. Changing our mindset helps us
Mm.
to be new people.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. Thank you so much for coming on
Thank
today. I
you.
really enjoyed and I learned a lot from you too.
Good.
So
Yay.
until next time, yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Same to you. Thank you so much, Victoria, for having me on your podcast today.